Why do you think that diabetes is very prevalent in the Muslim countries I'm going to read out to you?
The reason why is that we as Muslims are not following our religion as it was meant to be.
Are you saying that this is because of their religion?
I'm saying it could be connected. Can't ignore that.
So the thing that you can't do from that figure, any figure,
you don't want to do anything from it because it blows a hole in your belief. Could I make an interesting point here? You may think this is a load of rubbish. You're entitled to think it's a load of rubbish, but it's the Economist Yearbook. I buy it every year. I've got about 14 of them. It's very authoritative. You're talking about health issues in the Muslim world, I take it. I take it you're a Muslim.
No, actually, the discussion we were having was that one of the people I was talking to was saying to me that the halal and the kosher method of slaughter is inherently cruel to animals.
Yeah, I've heard him say that. I'm not arguing that point. This is a separate health issue, which I think is interesting. As I say, you may think it rubbish. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't be disrespectful to you in that way.
This is Speaker's Corner.
I know, but you're older than me, and I have to respect you.
That's not the point.
I have to respect what you say.
On the question of health, why do you think that diabetes is very prevalent in the Muslim countries I'm going to read out to you? Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain.
Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. Why is there diabetes?
Why is diabetes so prevalent
in Muslim countries, in Kuwait, in Qatar?
Will you let me finish?
Yes, of course, please do.
Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, UAE, Egypt, Malaysia, Oman, all those countries, top of the list.
Yes.
Why do you think that is so? If yours is such a healthy diet.
Yes.
Now, I'm not being anti-Muslim.
No. What's your name, by the way? Sorry.
Robert.
Robert Abbas. Nice to meet you, Robert. Robert, the reason why many of the
Muslims... Why is diabetes so prevalent?
It's not just diabetes, the high blood pressure and many other...
Why?
Yes.
Why in that country?
The reason why...
England's not there.
Well, let me answer the question. The reason... The reason...
Remember the page,
it's just here.
94, yeah.
The reason why...
He said, I know.
It's a very good question, by the way. The reason why is that we as Muslims are not following our religion as it was meant to be. So, for example, we were told by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that do not eat to a fill. Do not eat until you are completely full.
So the gist.
Let me answer the question fully for you. So 1/3 of your stomach should be your food, 1/3 should be water, and 1/3 should remain empty. Do not overeat. Gluttony in Islam is regarded as something that is very undesirable. Secondly, one of the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, were that your stomach should not protrude your chest. In other words, you should not overeat and be unhealthy. You should remain active and eat less. And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, it was his sunnah, his example, to fast on the Monday and the Thursday. So Muslims are recommended to fast.
So the gist of it is they're not carrying out Muhammad's wishes
Absolutely.
in the Middle East.
Absolutely.
Well, what's the point of you, with respect,
Yes.
what's the point of you coming here and spreading the gospel, as it were,
Yes.
and it's not working in those countries?
Because we have to understand that human beings as a group, we are inherently weak.
I mean, I don't want to rub it in too much, but 20%, imagine a fifth of the population in Britain was suffering diabetes. Imagine.
There are also other reasons for that as well. So, for example, what we find is that when people become affluent in the last 50 years, 60 years, 40 years, then many of the things that were very expensive, like sugar, become easily accessible.
Well, I don't eat sugar.
Okay, no do I, actually. Well, very little, actually. And you might know that sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine.
Well, I didn't know that, but I mean... I stopped it years ago without any trouble.
You were way ahead of a lot of people. My wife did exactly the same. Now, you might also know that the same lobes in the brain light up when you have sugar as when you have cocaine.
Don't know anything about that.
Right.
No.
There's a very interesting documentary. It's called Fed Up on YouTube. And it's a lot of scientific research.
Yeah.
Now, if we truly followed the ideals of Islam, then we would be the most healthiest, the most educated, the most compassionate, the most caring people, because that's what the teachings are. Unfortunately, you're very true, you're very right. Many times we do fall short on many of these aspects.
Yes, I understand. Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure to speak to you.
We're 11, it's less than 11%.
We're what?
Less than 11%.
Well, there we are, about 8 or 9 or something.
That's
like
right, less than 11%.
What point are you making out of that?
So what the point I'm making is twofold. One is, if you look at, and I'm not just focusing on the diabetic one, I'm talking about the general fitness element. If you look at mortality in any country, it's going to be all expenditure on healthcare, isn't it? So the more you spend on the healthcare of your nation, the better your nation's going to be. Does that make sense?
No, I don't think it does make sense. I mean...
well, spending more on health, that's the idea.
There's a lot of money spent, as you see there in America, and 23 million citizens of America are not even in a health scheme.
But you're talking about, yeah, sure, you're talking
23
about...
million.
But you're talking about a population of 300 million.
Yes,
plus,
that's right.
Yeah? So a small proportion of that. If you went to somewhere like rural India, for example, the vast majority of people, maybe 60 or 70% of them, would not be having any access to healthcare. And then you're talking about 1 billion people, and you're talking about 600 million maybe not having access. So what you see is
you're juggling around with figures. You're trying to ignore. The statistics.
No, but brother, what I'm trying to say to you is, look, this is what we shouldn't do. We shouldn't read a statistic
and then generalize
and then make an inference from that.
What's the purpose of the book?
No. But statistics.
It's sold all over the world.
It is.
In every capital city.
It just still doesn't make it.
Italy. Everywhere. Everybody buys it.
My point to you.
I've got 14 at home every year for the past 20 for the past 20 years.
Wonderful. That's really good.
It's all there. The changing times, the figures. You can't ignore that. These are facts.
So the thing that you can't do from that figure, any figure.
You don't want to do anything from it because it blows a hole in your beliefs.
Why does it do that?
Well, because you claim to be a doctor just now.
Well, I didn't claim to be a doctor.
Well, someone said that you were a doctor.
Okay.
Now, I've pointed out those Muslim states of the high incidence of diabetes.
Yeah.
Are you ignoring that?
No.
Oh, thank you.
So now after what I am doing.
England's not there, Italy's not there, Germany's not there, France is not there, all these Muslim countries.
Do you think Islam encourages them to eat more sugar?
I don't know what the answer is. I'm asking you. You're a Muslim. You tell me.
So we're trying to do that, aren't we?
You tell me why.
We're trying to do that. No, but we're trying to do that, aren't we?
He's a big eater. He knows about eating. He knows about diets and eating and what causes diabetes.
We're trying to explain that to you with all due respect.
I know. I'm listening to you.
You're not really.
Of course I am. What do you think I've been coming here for 35 years for?
But you are
to ignore you.
No, but you said you made a point, and the brother is trying to explain to you as to why those things are happening.
Yes.
Now, what you would like to believe.
It's what I believe in this.
Can I just,
not what I'd like to believe.
Can I just finish, please?
I'd like to believe Britain was top of the league, but it's not.
Let's be respectful. What you'd like to believe is that somehow inherently, because they're Muslims, is as to why they are highest on diabetes or whatever.
I want to know. I want a simple answer.
Let him explain that to you.
I want a simple answer. Your friend has tried to explain
Let him
it to
explain
me.
that.
He's done very well, and we've got very far. But it doesn't alter the fact that 20% of the citizens of Kuwait And Saudi Arabia and these Muslim countries, 20% are suffering from diabetes. 20% is a fifth of the population. Imagine a fifth of the population here was suffering with diabetes. Imagine. There'd be riots on the streets, so people would be going mad.
They do.
Wouldn't they? 20% of lot.
Of course. That's what we're trying to explain to him. That it's not to do with religion.
I'm not saying I want to know why.
It's tradition.
I want to know why these countries of Muslim religion. I want to know.
Can I try and tell you?
You can't give a proper answer.
Can I try and tell you?
Well, your friend tried to answer. He'd done very well.
That was me, by the way. That wasn't my friend.
You're sorry.
I don't have a clone.
I shook hands with you.
I don't have a clone here.
I do apologise. There's a policeman coming, so you better not punch me on the nose over this.
We wouldn't do that.
I've always listened to what people
just hit him with a book.
say, but it doesn't alter the fact that all those Muslim countries, I've just read them out. You heard them.
Why?
You heard them.
The question is why.
Why?
Yes.
So, you haven't really given me a
Let him answer. Let him answer.
Are you saying that this is because of their religion?
I'm saying it could be connected. I don't know. But he was talking about diet and eating, for goodness sake. He was talking before I came, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I go on to the subject of diet and eating when he's been discussing it? I wouldn't start talking about Moscow or Putin.
No, we're not telling you not to talk about it. What we're trying to explain to you, brother, is this. That, look,
natural that I would follow on from what he was saying.
What we're trying to explain to you is this, that you could from that infer that it's because they're Muslims, that's why they're like this.
There is a possibility.
Okay, well, that's true, logically speaking.
Yeah.
However, if you allow Brother Imran to explain, because if the religion encouraged you to eat sweet things, then you'd be right. If the religion encouraged you to eat plentiful, then you would be right. If the religion did not encourage you to fast regularly and abstain from overeating, then you would be right. But the religion actually does all of those things, you see.
Then why doesn't it succeed in those countries?
Well, you see, succession for something.
You said earlier that the people are ignoring it, and they're not.
For something to succeed, what must one do?
Well, I don't need a religion to know that I've got to stick to a diet.
But let's answer your question.
I've been warned about diabetes. I've been warned by the doctor to cut my eating down.
Right, but these people were warned 14 centuries ago.
Well, that's a long time ago, but I've only recently been warned.
I understand.
So I take my diet very seriously.
What Brother Imran is trying to explain...
I don't need a religion to tell me that. I haven't got a religion, for goodness sake. I don't need that to tell me that. I've got it. I understand that I'll get diabetes if I go on eating cream cakes and cheesecake and gateau.
You're making me hungry now.
And I'll die early.
You're making me hungry now.
I think we've had a very useful discussion, but I still haven't got... I will one day get to the bottom of why.
Buy a few more years of Economist Guide. Buy a few more years of the Pocket Guide, and maybe with the statistic they'll explain why it's like that.
Well, I doubt whether it will.
I doubt so as well.
I doubt so, but it's there, isn't it?
Yeah, so it must mean something.
Don't forget that.
That's right. You take care.
What we shouldn't do is please don't allow these type of things to simply feed your predisposition of what you feel. Listen to what the Muslim is telling you.
I've been listening for a long, long time.
And then sensibly digest that.
Well, I've been digesting and thinking.
And then understand.
You've got to understand my position that I don't believe in any religion. Whether I was brought up a Christian.
Think this is related
I don't believe in Christianity, Judaism.
I don't think this is a religious issue.
Well, I'm bound to think there's something there, aren't I? With all those, it's no coincidence that those countries are Muslim countries. Egypt, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Oman, Bahrain, all those countries are Muslim, aren't they? I read out.
And what?
What?
What does that mean?
Well, it means quite simply there might be a connection with the way their lifestyle creates diabetes.
What's the prevalence?
You see, my lifestyle, I've been told about my lifestyle. If I go on eating cream cakes, I'll get diabetes. I don't want diabetes.
Are there diabetics here?
What?
Are there diabetics in this country?
Are there?
Yeah.
Of course there are.
Why?
My mother had diabetes. My grandmother had diabetes.
Why?
Well, because they probably didn't look after their bodies enough.
I agree with you.
So
Was that because of was that because of their religion?
Oh, no,
Was it? Was it?
It's not, that's...
Now, what's the question? Was
No,
it,
I have no...
were your parents diabetic because of their
I've got
religion?
no religion, and I'm not...
Listen to my question. Your parents were diabetic.
Yes.
Was there
wait a minute, my mother was diabetic.
Your mother was diabetic.
And my grandmother.
And your grandmother. Were there diabetes because of their religion? Or lack of religion?
I wouldn't think so, no.
Right. We agree. Nice to have spoken to you.
Well, that's not the no answer at all.
That's a very precise answer.
Religion doesn't cause diabetes. We agree with that.
Oh, no, you're not being reasonable at all. You see, you don't like that, what you've seen in there about those countries.
Anyway. We both agree that
there is no European country in that list.
Oh my God.
No European country in that list.
Oh my God.
A religious way of life, a culture could, yes. A culture certainly could. A culture, a way of living could cause that. Because if my culture was to go on eating cream cakes and sweets and chocolate, like I used to buy a bar of chocolate every day and gobble it down me, if I kept on going like that, I'd get diabetes and I'd fucking die probably. So that's culture, and that's a belief.
Okay. Nice to talking to you. I wish you all the best.
It was lovely to meet you.
And you're delighted to meet you.
Peace.
Take care, okay?
Peace be upon you.
Peace be upon you.